What a great night for hockey. Saturday night in New York. It's the Rangers and the Ottawa Senators getting set for their third meeting of the season. Let's check out our Audi goaltending matchup. Joe, it's another Swedish goaltending matchup. There's the man, Henrik Lundqvist, 31 wins, .919 save percentage and 5 shutouts, 6-1-1 in his last 8. Across the way, 22-year-old Robin Lehner from Sweden.
Those Swedish, they get fired up, don't they?
Yeah.
They look down the other end of the ice, they see the king.
It's like Eddie Lack was pumped up.
That's right. No, he's the king also over in Sweden, and these young goaltenders really look up to Henrik Lundqvist. Lehner has not had a real good season. And there's Erik Karlsson, who points-wise has had a tremendous season with 70 leads. All defensemen in that category. So the Rangers need to get shots. They need to put pressure on the offensive zone and get shots.
We are underway. Stepan, Nash, and Hagelin open up for the Rangers. With Mark Stahl and Anton Stralman on the fence. Leonard left the crease. The puck was loose. Rangers couldn't get there. Kept in by Stralman. Stepan to Hagelin. Checked by Mark Mathot. Out to Stralman. Shot toward the net. Blocked in front by Karlsson and brought out by Jason Spezza.
You know, Sam, it looked to me like Leonard kind of tripped on over himself as he was trying to leave the net, going behind the net to play the puck, and it nearly cost him.
And here's Hagelin, one-on-one with Karlsson. Drops it back. Brassard just off the bench. Pass in front, blocked by Leonard. As he had Zuccarello there, driving toward the net. Rangers had completed 2/3 of a line change. Defensively, Girardi is on. With John Moore, Brassard is on with Pouliot and Zuccarello. Long lead for Zuccarello. Checked there by Phillips, gets around him. Banned on the shot as he was checked by the rookie Cody Ceci, number 5. Pouliot drops it back. Moore works it deep for Brad Richards, who's just come on. His shot blocked in front by Ceci, who sends it ahead to Mark Stone. Stone, number 61. One of the young players getting a lot of playing time here late this season for Ottawa. Turris got knocked down by Girardi.
Sam, especially with Bobby Ryan, who normally is on that line. He's out for the season, so Stone steps into that spot and plays with a couple of pretty good players.
Ryan Boyle on the line with Brad Richards and Marty St. Louis as Coach Alain Vigneault continues to look for that third player to fit with the Richards-St. Louis combination. Zach Smith to Mika Zibanejad, and he's checked nicely by Kevin Klein. Good job by Klein. St. Louis got ridden down as he was tied up with Zibanejad. Chris Neal's pass goes by Zach Smith. Last night, Ottawa got off to a great start against Montreal. First 6 minutes of the game, they were up 3-0. And then Montreal, over the next 4 or 5 minutes, tied the game and went on to score 7 consecutive goals, wound up with a 7-4 win over Ottawa. Offside, Chris Neal was trapped in the Rangers zone.
Yeah, this was early. Leonard came out of the net, finally kind of found himself, tried to make a play. The Rangers were quick on the puck. That was Hagelin that got back there to make the play, or pardon me, Zuccarello. And then here's Zuccarello here with the good move on Phillips, and then fans on the shot. The Rangers are off to a good start. They got a lot of jump to their game here early.
John Moore sends it in. Moore filling the spot of Ryan McDonough. Here's Nash trying to get out in front, and it slid off his stick. But Alain Vigneault and his defensive coach, Ulf Samuelsson, will have different combinations there to fill the spot. With McDonough out, McDonough, as we mentioned, is considered day-to-day to expect to have him back by playoff time. I'm ready to go. Eric Greiba's pass was tipped back in the Rangers zone. Girardi back for it. McCulloch is on him. Stahl moves it ahead to Zuccarello. Lifts it across and lifted it, put it in the bench of the Ottawa Senators.
And Sam, the other thing I was going to mention is when you skate like this, you force the other team to chase you often, and it's been another problem for Ottawa. They take so many penalties, and so for Alain Vigneault, you can just see him imploring his players, skate, keep the pressure on. They start doing that, they're going to find themselves with plenty of power play chances in this game.
And you can see he's into it. He wants this, this game. He wants the clinch of the playoff spot. As he said, I want to see the check mark next to our names.
It's a hard thing to get the playoffs. It's a long season. You finally get close and you want to finish it.
Les Hemsky with a pass. Good job by Strawman in front on McCulloch. And here's Erik Karlsson. Up ahead of Les Hemsky, who played well. Now Spezza. His centering feed went off the skate of Marty St. Louis. Hemsky shoots, and Lundqvist got a piece of that, even though he was down on the ice.
Hemsky had time, and he was waiting. He was looking for a spot. He thought he had Lundqvist out of position. He did, but as we talked about before, Lundqvist, he doesn't give up. So competitive. This is good puck movement, and this is what Ottawa can do. They handle the puck so well. There it is, Lundqvist getting over, just gets a piece of it with the glove. Hemsky's looking, where should I put it? Where should I put it? How about up high? And Lundqvist gets over, slides over, gets those gloves up, and makes a good save.
Hemsky has the second most points of any player acquired in the deal at the trade deadline. Thomas Vanek of Montreal first. Hemsky scored 13 points in 15 games with Ottawa. Long shot blocked in front. Good job by Kevin Klein.
And they're trying to sign him down. They're talking contract with him.
Dominic Moore. Daniel Carcillo shot blocked by Cody Ceci, who brings it out with Mark Stone. Girardi's back. Big drive by Ceci. He's got a good shot. Big, young, strong defenseman. Good shot and a good save by Lundqvist.
Yeah, he's a good-looking young player. He's a homegrown kid. He's from Ottawa. So he blocks this shot. And this was a kid they just didn't think he was going to make the team until he showed up and showed everybody how he could play. Now it's a young group of defensemen. They've made a lot of mistakes over the course of the season. And as Paul McLean, the head coach, told us before the game, he says he thinks that the upside will be good. And one of the reasons, because of all the mistakes they've made and had to deal with.
Rick Nash moves in against Patrick Urquhart. Ryba was tied up with Hagelin. The puck slid through, and Leonard was able to make the stop. 4:22 gone by. There's Paul McLean, coach of the year.
Last year, runner up,
and then
the year
unfortunately,
before.
this has been a tough year for him.
He got stupid this year. It's amazing, isn't it, when your team struggles and you have injuries and you got young kids, you make a couple of trades and you know, you go through the kind of year they have, and you start, it must be the coach, right? He forgot everything that he showed over the last couple of years. He is a smart guy. He's a good coach.
Yes, he is.
And I don't think he's going anywhere.
Stepan's pass a little too far for Nash. Weirkott's number 46 trips it off the boards to Zach Smith. Smith had a couple of goals last night in that game against Montreal.
He's one of the players that Paul McLean said made, again, more strides this season, despite the fact it's been uneven.
Ottawa's without a couple of key players. Bobby Ryan, who is from the metropolitan area, is out, having had surgery. He is back home in Ottawa. Jared Cowan, the big defenseman, is out with a lower body injury. Colin Greening went to pregame warm-ups. He's a scratch. Rangers missing Chris Kreider. He's been a big loss, as it turns out. That balance, he's been such a good fit on that line with Stepan and Nash. That shot went wide. Zuccarello's got it. In front save. Another save by Leonard. Leonard gets his chance to make a couple of spectacular saves on Benoit Pouliot.
Speaking of spectacular, how about the pass by Zuccarello? What a beautiful pass right onto the tape. Here it comes right here. Zuccarello right there, right on the tape once and then twice for Pouliot. And Leonard with two excellent saves. Great pass. Pouliot, two excellent chances. And Leonard comes up with a couple of big saves. He's a big kid. He's got a lot of talent.
Yes, sir. 5:45 gone by. First period. Cody Ceci for Ottawa moves it ahead to a Les Hemsky. And now Spezza sends it in hard around the board. They've already got a piece of it. Elon McCulloch looking for it. Hemsky moves in. Girardi, good play to get it for Kevin Klein. Some of the mixing and matching going on defense for the Rangers. Here's Spezza. McCulloch missed wide. Good pass from Spezza to McCulloch. His back pass for Cody Ceci off his stick and out of the zone. Klein and Girardi, two right-handed defensemen paired here. Richards with a long shot, gloved by Robin Lehner, and he holds it. 6:23 gone by, first period. Each team has had a couple of good chances. Rangers had a couple here. Benoit Pouliot stopped twice by Robin Lehner. As you look at associate coach Scott Arniel, we go between the benches. Right near Scott Arniel is our John Giannone, presented by Ford. John.
Sam, Scott Arniel spent a lot of time with the whiteboard and a magic marker during that timeout. He had all the forwards focused on him. And when I looked at that whiteboard when it was done, the middle of the ice, the neutral zone, had a bunch of black scrawls all over it. So certainly the coaches have seen something in this first 6+ minutes that they want the Rangers to focus on. So look for the middle of the ice. We've got Marty Biron focusing on everything going on. He's between the periods intermissions with Al, and we've got our first intermission guest. You could send your questions to him on Twitter by using the hashtag NYR. It is defenseman Dan Girardi.
We'll look forward to that. Thanks, John. Rangers have Brassard, Pouliot, and Zuccarello on with Stahl and Strawman. No score in the game. Brassard leading Pouliot. Carlson checks in, deflects the shot. Pouliot stays with it. Zuccarello tried to get it to Brassard, but he hit the back of the net with the pass. Stahl has it back. Rangers with 3 straight home games starting tonight, and then the last game of the season a week from tonight in Montreal. Kyle Turris sends it toward the net. Lundqvist leaves it for Strawman. Tuesday night, Carolina will be here. Thursday night, Buffalo will be here. That will end the regular season home schedule. Carlson got knocked down by Carcillo. That was Greiber that got knocked down. Shot by Girardi went wide. Stepping up was John Moore. He's tied up with Chris Neal. Derek Dorsett is there. Carcillo shot blocked and cleared out by the Senators. Girardi hit on Zibanejad. Pass to Zach Smith, and the shot fought off. Is that a header by Lundqvist? Looked like it might have been a header.
I was looking over at Chris Neal and Dorsett, who were having a little fun over between the benches.
That shot hit Girardi, brought out by Dominic Moore, dumps it in and decides to chase after it. Eric Greiber swings it around the boards. Rick Nash gets there. Long shot gloved by Lehner, and he holds it. Exactly 8 minutes gone by in the first period. No score.
Well, we showed you the wonderful pass and the shot. And here is the rebound, the second shot by Pouliot. And watch Pajot, 44. Knocks it down with his stick, and then Lehner is able to get a pad on that one. So Pajot might have saved a goal as that puck was rising with the goaltender down on the ice.
Nash with a takeaway from Chris Phillips. Gets it to Hagelin. Ceci wraps him up. Stepan reverses for Hagelin. Intercepted by Ceci. Nash takes it back. He's double teamed. Stepan helps out. Long shot kicked away by Lehner. Shot by Derek Stepan. We talked about consistency in players. Over the last 19 games, Derek Stepan has been the most consistent forward with 19 points over the last 19. Lifted in on goal. Lehner stops it and holds it. 8:37 gone by first period. No score. Experience MSG Game Flow during every Rangers game. Follow along on MSG.com with live play-by-play and up-to-the-minute stats. You'll also have access to in-depth player cards, live tweets from the MSG On Air team, and extensive pre- and post-game video and analysis. It's all on MSG Game Flow. Try it out. You'll like it. Greiber to Condra, or Condra lets it out. Knocked down. Jean-Gabriel Pajot, number 44. Puck lifted out. Urquhart sends it back in. Lundqvist plays it up the board. Stopped by Pajot, and he was hit by Boyle. That's centered back by Condra, but all the way back into the Ottawa zone it goes, and Urquhart goes to get it.
And that's what you have to do, what Brian Boyle did on the boards to Pajot. Because we talked about, they've got talent on this team. So you have to try and get to them right away before they can look up and make plays.
Pouliot skating well. He broke up the play in center ice. and chased the puck down. Girardi couldn't keep it in. Taken away by Clark MacArthur. Here's Turris heading for the net. Turris shoots, save by Lundqvist, and he covers it up right away. With Mark Stone there, great save by Lundqvist on Kyle Turris.
Now this started with Girardi having a problem with the puck in the neutral zone. Right here at the blue line. Lets it get past him, then dives, and then here comes Turris. Turris will pick it up and just explode to the net, but everybody stays with him. You see how Lundqvist just tracked him all the way across. Lundqvist stayed with him, and then was in good position to make the save.
Zibanejad and Dominic Moore for the face-off. Now Zibanejad out. Zach Smith in.
Ottawa had 87 attempted shots last night against Montreal and lost 7-4.
Well, right now they've got the Montreal Blues because the last time they faced them, they were up 4-1 with 3.5 minutes to go in the game and lost 5-4 in overtime. Then last night up 3-0 and gave up 7 straight. Shot by Zibanejad was blocked by Stralman. There's Dorsett. Fired ahead by Stahl, and Carcillo tipped it into the Ottawa zone. Martin Fox there, double team. Smith's pass, tipped across. Carlson picks it up. Stahl checks in. Carlson toward the net, deflected. That went off of Chris Neal just wide. I think Lundqvist lost sight of it. Dominic Moore comes out behind the play. Carcillo was involved with Zibanejad. Zibanejad with a hit on Stralman. Here comes Hemsky. Goes to the net. Checks on the play. Save. Rebound. Another save. On McCulloch, and Lundqvist has the puck under the pads. Ottawa with a couple of big chances. Lundqvist with outstanding saves.
Last few minutes, it's been the Henrik Lundqvist show. He's had to come up with some big saves. Here's Zibanejad, big hit on Stralman on the boards, and then here comes Ottawa again. Hemsky, one chance, goes on top of Lundqvist. He lets him go over and then makes a second save as well. Lundqvist has held his ground, and then right back. Here it is again. Hemsky with a chance over Lundqvist. He gets right back up. You see his concentration? Gets right back in position. It really is, isn't it? Gets hit that hard. Look at him. Gets his pads back together, gets his stick down, stays square.
Have a 200-pound player fall on top of you, go over your head and your back, and you still make the next save.
Yeah, Lundqvist was wondering. They talked to the referee about why there was no interference on the goaltender call.
Spezza to McCulloch. McCulloch forced back. Spezza picked up by Stepan, and he gave the puck away to Hagelin. Nash trying to break through. Goes wide, pulls up against Mathot. Toward the net, stick save by Leonard. Stepan for Hagelin. He's checked by Carlson. Spezza trying to move the puck. Hagelin around for Girardi. McCulloch checks in. Hagelin to Stepan. Fires and it's blocked away. I think McCulloch was the man who blocked it. Stepan with a shot. Blocked in front. He hit his own man, Nash, who was tied up with Erik Karlsson. Hemsky lifts it into the Rangers zone. This should be an icing. It is. 8:34 to go in this first period. Scoreless game Tuesday night on MSG. The Rangers continue the homestand against the Carolina Hurricanes, presented by Chase. Live coverage gets underway with Visa Rangers game night with Al Trotwig at 6:30, and then it's the Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes Tuesday night on MSG. Hope you'll join us. The Stahl brothers, it's always big shot by Mark Stahl, saved by Robin Leonard.
You almost had the call. right on cue.
It's all about the Stahl brothers. St. Louis missed wide as he tried to tee up a shot, looking for his first Rangers goal on home ice. Scoring one on the road. Puck out to Diaz, was blocked. Shot by Boyle was blocked. Played back by Richards to Diaz. Wrist shot is a save by Leonard. Lost control of it, and Karlsson has it.
Ottawa is so dangerous in the offensive zone, but in their defensive zone, wow, do they give up the chance.
Another icing on the Senators. 7:52 to go here in this first period.
Now the one by Stahl came right off the faceoff, and Mark Stahl right back to him. Good job by Richards, and lets it go quickly. That looked like it might have been deflected on the way in. And Leonard has had a strong first period in goal.
And coming out of the Rangers zone, Chris Deal and Brian Boyle were face-to-face, nose-to-nose.
A little history there.
Yeah. And they weren't asking about how the weather is in Ottawa. I know that.
You know, I ran into Chris Neal as I was coming into the building tonight, Sam, and talked to him a little bit about the season they've had. You know, he talked about how disappointed. I said, well, so what's happened? What's the difference? He said, we got to a point last year, we had so many injuries to our skilled players that we had to find ways to win by just working hard. He says our skilled players have been mostly healthy this year, and we haven't worked as hard as we did a year ago.
Interesting. 7:40 to go here in the first. Scoreless game. Rangers 9 shots on goal. Ottawa 6. Kevin Klein was blocked by Stone. Help from Pouliot. Girardi back to Pouliot. Chris Phillips quickly around Cody Ceci. Now Phillips, a long-time defenseman. Good pass through. MacArthur to Stone. He scores! Great rush up the ice by the Ottawa Senators with some beautiful passing. And the setup to Mark Stone gives the Senators a 1-0 lead.
Now the Rangers couldn't get the puck in. And then the pass from Phillips coming up. You'll see Phillips a backhand pass. If this doesn't work, Zuccarello would have had a breakaway the other way. Instead, it's a good pass, lifted over the stick of Zuccarello. And Stone, who's been a real good player, there it is, goes right past Zuccarello. And then Stone, 61. You've got Turris going to the net, so he takes someone. That leaves a little bit of room for Stone. And Stone, who made his NHL debut in the playoffs a few years ago against the Rangers, he gets his third of the season.
This is his 8th game since being recalled from the minors. Icing whistle against Ottawa. Brings another face-off down to the Senators zone.
That's how dangerous they are. And this is a team that they chart the amount of times that they carry the puck over the blue line. It's always a high amount. And then they chart those attempted shots, normally high. And yet they're going to miss the playoffs because of their defense.
Diaz plays it deep. Pass Nash all the way around to Stepan. Back the other way, Hagelin. Nash is in the top of the crease. Hagelin, wraparound save. Another shot, save Leonard. And the puck's still loose. Nash got taken down. And a whistle behind the play. There's a cross-checking call on the Ottawa Senators. Rangers get a power play with Eric Gryba going off.
Again, the Ottawa team has taken an exorbitant amount of penalties this season, which has hurt them. And meanwhile, how about this chance? Hagelin comes around, puck goes off one pad, then the other, comes right back to him, tries to lift it up, doesn't get it quite high enough, even though there was just a little bit of room between the glove and the post. And Leonard stops that. And then a cross-check on Gryba as Nash goes down. That's the penalty, and the Rangers with the first power play of the game.
And this power play presented by Volkswagen. Gryba for cross-checking at 13-12. The Rangers are 13th in the league on the power play. Power play 2 for the last 14 over the last 3 games, but they have really struggled. Zuccarello pulls up 4 for their last 45. Girardi and Richards play the points. Zuccarello, Brassard, and Pouliot up front. Pouliot set up in front of the goaltender. Shot toward the net, deflected away by Chris Phillips. Zuccarello to Pouliot. Richards went to get it and hit the crack in the boards and came back to Brassard. This is Pouliot to Zuccarello. Back for Pouliot. Down to Brassard, shot blocked. And it deflects on goal and is covered by Leonard. Some good passing there, but a good play on the defensive end by the Senators.
Now Brassard thought there should have been a penalty as his stick was hacked on the play, but it wasn't his stick that broke. It was Ceci's number 5. So good puck movement. And that last opportunity just deflected on the way in to Robin Leonard.
A little milestone for Derek Brassard, game number 400 in his NHL career. Back pass comes all the way back in the Ranger zone. Diaz is on with John Moore at the points. Stepan, Nash, and St. Louis up front. Stepan dumps it down the boards, chases after him, work pass checks him, and it's fired out by Mark Mathot. Lundqvist reaching out to stop it, leaves it for Moore. 40 seconds to go in the Rangers power play. Ottawa 1-0 lead, 5:25 to go in the first. Stepan. St. Louis chips it off the board. Phillips blocked it. St. Louis checked by Zibanejad. Diaz gets it to Moore. With room, he shoots. Save Leonard. Big rebound. Back to Moore. Takes another shot. Just wide. Zibanejad tries to clear. Was knocked down. Good job by Diaz. Didn't let it go the length of the ice. Back to the Ottawa zone. Leonard stops it for Phillips. Zach Smith fires out. Mark Stahl slows it down. Final seconds of the power play. Dorsett steps up and shoots. Saved by Leonard. And he's got the puck. Team's back at full strength. 2 shots on goal for the Rangers on the power play. Robin Leonard has kept them off the boards. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Alain Vigneault talked about the Rangers at game 40 of the season, saying they had just 40 points and they needed to improve in the second half. Well, over the last 39 games, that's 53 points, and it's put them in position to clinch a playoff spot.
Coaches love when players listen to them.
Yes, they do.
We need more points in the next 40. All right. Let's see. We'll start with the goaltender. That's what you need? Okay.
He'll stop the puck.
Stop the puck.
A couple of you guys
Play
have
better.
to score some goals.
Yeah, that's starting happening.
Silo on with Moore and Dorsett. Rangers' fourth line. Jason Spezza against Dominic Moore. Moore wins it back to Mark Stahl. Down the boards. Carcillo to Dorsett. Toward the net. Knocked aside by Leonard. Dominic Moore and Jason Spezza. Spezza able to get it to Erik Karlsson. 4-man rush for the Senators. McCulloch. Karlsson goes to the net. McCulloch for Spezza. Tipped it wide. Nice play. Hemsky back to Karlsson. Mathot shoots wide. And Carcillo able to move it out. Mathot stopped it for Karlsson. 4:10 to go in the first period. Rangers 13 shots on goal. And Ottawa 7. The Senators lead it 1-0. Goal by Mark Stone, assisted by Clark MacArthur and Chris Phillips. Girardi looks around. Pressure there by Hoffman. Stahl ahead for Richards, knocked away by Driver. Rangers recover. Girardi off the boards. Good lead to Boyle. Boyle with St. Louis. Save made by Leonard. May have gone off the side of the net as well. Richards toward the net off the stick of Marty St. Louis. Hoffman lifts it out for Eric Condra. Condra checked there by John Moore. That's a pass, and that was deflected by Pajot off the side of the net. Cody Ceci puts it in the Rangers zone. Girardi for John Moore. Mark Stone after him. Stone ties up Moore. And the takeaway by MacArthur. There's Stone. Back to Phillips. In deep pass, Kyle Turris. Nice play by Stepan. And Girardi plays it up ahead of Hagelin. Trying to get it to Nash. He finds it. He's in. And a save by Leonard. And the puck pulled out of the crease by Chris Phillips. Back the other way, Turris. Turris shoots deflected away by Mark Stahl into the netting. Good play by Stahl.
Phillips Sam put his hand up in the air to knock the puck down and only got a piece of it. It went behind him, and Rick Nash, who was flying in, was able to pick up the loose puck and take it to the net. Boy, the story of this period has been the goaltending. This is the end of it. He tried to make one more move, and Leonard with those long legs took everything away down low. Good save, then got a little help from Phillips, but Leonard with 15 saves in the period.
That shot is in! Mika Zibanejad makes it 2-0 Ottawa.
Zibanejad has a tremendous shot. And this comes right off the faceoff. He'll just line up over near the boards and come straight across. Gets it, and then here it is. One step, and what a shot. Wow, did he let that one go, that wrist shot. So the faceoff loss by Brassard, and Zibanejad ends up putting it in to make it 2-0. Wow, what a shot. Just off the glances off the left shoulder of Lundqvist and in. So the Rangers missed the breakaway by Nash. Ottawa comes back down and scores.
So the Senators have been opportunistic, making the most of their chances, despite being outshot 15-9 here in the first period with 2:25 to go. Sens have a 2-0 lead. Carlson with a shot that flicks up in the netting. And play stops. Zibanejad gets his 16th. Zach Smith with a face-off win gets the assist at 17:23. Zach Smith celebrating his 26th birthday with an assist. He was hoping to celebrate last night with 2 goals, but they wound up losing. Now for the Rangers, they've got to collect themselves and realize there's a long way to go when Ottawa has been prone to losing leads.
Well, they've had scoring chances, that is for sure, the Rangers, but a little loose at times in their own zone, and Ottawa can do that to you.
Lifted out. Marty St. Louis gets to it. Girardi with Diaz. Rafael Diaz, long pass, intercepted by Carlson. He had St. Louis cutting in and tried to get it to him. Good idea. Just didn't quite click. Richards dumping it deep into the Ottawa zone. Hemsky comes away with it. Spezza stopped. Gets it back. Jason Spezza moves in. Leads McCulloch. Back for Spezza. Knocked away by Girardi. McCulloch. Out to Greiva. Long shot saved by Lundqvist, and he holds it with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first period. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Lenox Hill Hospital, the official hospital of the New York Rangers. Not the start that the Rangers wanted, though they've skated pretty well in this period.
Well, they've really created some high-quality scoring chances. Leonard's been real good in goal for Ottawa. And then as we talked about before, this Ottawa team, especially with Carlson on the ice, they come at you.
Juris made a good play, knocked the puck down on the lofted pass across. Here's MacArthur with a back pass to Werkosh. And a save by Lundqvist, and he holds it. 13 to go.
Werkosh is another one of those young defensemen that, because of his early mistakes, he became a healthy scratch after a promising year last year. And now they're trying to get all these young kids, all these young defensemen to learn from what they've gone through this season.
Another one in Jared Cowan, who's out with an injury, but he had some struggles this season and was benched for a while.
Right.
Pajot in to take the face-off against Brassard. Brassard wins it back. Girardi's got it. Tipped ahead, and Zuccarello got tripped up on the play. Nothing called. Fully out with a hit on Ceci. Hoffman lifts it out of the zone. Moore got a piece of it. Pajot has it back. Now Condra. Eric Condra has a man open. He missed. Hoffman was open in front, but missed the deflection try. Under a minute to go. First period. Ottawa with a 2-0 lead. Stralman. Stralman's got a man just off the bench. Derek Dorsey with a drive. Save off the shoulder of Leonard. Popped high in the air. And the Senators able to come out with it. Chris Neal to Zibanejad. His shot saved. Rebound missed by Neal. Here's a big chance for Zach Smith. He moves around the net. Lundqvist gets back into the creases without a stick. A thought winds it around off the stick of Chris Neal. Lundqvist has his stick back now. And things have settled down. That shot goes wide. Again, a quick transition by the Senators, giving them some big chances.
Now with Zibanejad with another shot. So the first period ends 16-12 in shots. The Rangers had plenty of offense, but they couldn't finish on Robin Leonard, who was good but allowed a lot of rebounds. Chris Neal was in the middle of things every time he was on the ice. He and Dorsett have been conversing throughout the first period. And what we saw is the skill of the Ottawa Senators when they get the puck in the offensive zone.
Rangers had 16 shots on goal. Robin Leonard stopped them all. Let's go to the game side studio. And Al Trotwick standing by. Al.
Okay, Sam, I'm wondering if this isn't the dreaded first game after a long Western trip. We'll find out if Dan Girardi thinks so when he joins us on the Delta Intermission Report. Bill Pito takes us around the National Hockey League as we count down the games left in the season with the MSG 150. And Marty Biron is here to break down what went wrong for the Rangers in that first period. Puck possession, no problem. Goals, problem. 2 of them. Ottawa leads at 2-0. And coming up, it's the Delta Intermission Report on MSG.
We are back at Madison Square Garden getting set for the second period. Rangers and Ottawa Senators. New York Rangers hockey is presented by Chase. Before we start the second period, here's our Cadillac trivia question of the night, Joe. 3 NHL defensemen like you lead their teams in point scoring. Who are they?
Well, I would say that Keith Yandle in Phoenix.
Yes.
I would also
Want
say
help? Shea Weber in Nashville.
Okay.
And the third one is?
This man right there.
I like those
That it?
picks. There we go. We got him. Nailed it. Wow.
We're ready for the playoffs. Rangers.
Carlson, 70 points. That's pretty good.
He is. You see him that first period. I mean, he seems to always have the puck. Just unafraid to get it and just go. He's wiry strong. He's not a very big player. He's about 170 pounds.
Yeah, and he came back from such a serious leg injury.
Oh, yeah. Came back quickly, too.
Yeah.
They say he's a freak of nature the way he's able to recover from injuries and get back and play. Now, the Rangers have the puck in the zone, and again, they need to finish on some of their chances to get back in this game.
Hemsky, checked there by Mark Stahl, brought a offside. Offside called on Ottawa. Opening minute here in the second period. Doesn't seem as if the Rangers have made the Senators feel uncomfortable at all.
No, I think they've had shifts and flurries around the net where they forced Leonard to make some good saves because he was good. But the thing about Leonard is that there were a lot of rebounds, long rebounds. So I think that the Rangers' third forward needs to stay a little bit higher because those rebounds are coming well out into the high slot.
Richards, Boyle, and St. Louis on for the Rangers with Girardi and John Moore. Girardi will move it up to St. Louis. Zibanejad trying to tie him up. Good poke check there by Cody Ceci. Broke up the play. Chris Neal moves in. Pass for Zach Smith was stopped by Girardi. Gets through to Smith. Boyle. Deflected. Pops to the air. Zibanejad slides it across to Ceci in deep. Kyle Turris. Shot by Zach Smith. Save. Good passing by the Senators and a good chance for Smith. A tough shot.
Rangers need something to get this big crowd into it a little bit. They're waiting for something good to happen so they can get out the seats.
Brassard with Pouliot. Brassard finds Zuccarello. Missed the net. Stopped by Strowman. Moving by Pouliot to Brassard. Zuccarello at the side of the net. Brassard comes around. Shot was blocked by Carlson. Strowman recovers. Crowd very quiet right now to start the second period. Rangers down by 2. Stahl for Pouliot. And Mark Stone slides it across. Stone and Zibanejad, the goal scorers for Ottawa. Erik Karlsson carrying. Off the end board, Stallman picks it up. Stahl lifting it ahead. Rangers fourth line on. Leonard covers up with Dominic Moore heading for the crease. 2:11 gone by here in the second period. Rangers outscoring opponents 17-5 in second periods since March 13th. So they've made the adjustments that they've had to make in games.
And I think that they realized, I'm sure the coaching staff told them about a few adjustments they had to make after that first period. Again, this is a team that their best offense comes when they are really solid defensively and making the play and then using their speed and their puck movement to create scoring chances. That's what they just need to tighten up defensively somewhat, get back to that.
Kevin Klein with good work along the boards, but then the Senators able to bring it out. Here's Hoffman. Moves in with Condra. Long shot saved by Lundqvist, and he holds it. 2:31 gone by. The youngster Hoffman was an outstanding player in the American League. Was called up, and they're still waiting for him to take that big step here.
Yeah. Still in single-digit points. And there you see the coaching that continues to go on with Paul McLean, and still a pretty young team. They got some young, talented players on this team, but there's a lot of disappointment in Ottawa and in Canada with the way this team was disappointing this year after making the playoffs and in the last couple of years really being the team that was on the rise.
There's Mark Mathot. But Joe, I really believe that Daniel Alfredsson, a longtime captain, longtime star, leaving had a big effect on what went on there.
Me too. I'm with you all the way.
Richard sends it in.
You talk about glue. That's what Daniel Alfredsson was.
Spezza off the back of the net. Hemsky tried to move it. It was blocked by Stahl. Now Carlson fires out. Spezza, nice move. Spezza moves in, drags it, and it's deflected by Girardi, who stayed with him. A couple of nice moves by Jason Spezza.
Again, Ottawa continues to find ways to get open men and get those odd man rushes. The Rangers have got to start looking around and get a little bit better defensively.
There's Phillips. That pass was blocked and then sent out again. Nice play by Zuccarello. Drops it back for Pouliot. His shot went off Ceci. Deflects to the side of the net where Robin Leonard covers up. 3:46 gone by here in the second. Rangers subscribers, renew your blue and secure your 2014-2015 season tickets by Monday, May the 5th. You may pay online by visiting www.nyrsubcentral.com today and learn all about the exclusive renewal offers and subscriber benefits.
Yeah, the Washington Capitals, they lost last night in New Jersey, but they win tonight on Long Island. And a shootout, and they get 2 more points, and they're trying to hang in there.
Barely hanging in there. The Devils certainly staying alive with the win last night.
Well, they got players again out of the lineup tonight and leading in Carolina. Elias is out. Henrique is out. 2 of their better players. Josephson out.
There's a chance save. Hey, Chris Neal with a good chance, and Lundqvist comes up with yet another big save. And the chances that Ottawa's getting, they're from the top of the circles in.
No, they are getting high-quality chances. Chris Neal again. I mean, look at that. That's 15 feet out. Lundqvist is able to make that save. So this line, you've got Smith, Neal, and Zibanejad. Zibanejad probably the most talent of the 3 from the standpoint of just pure raw talent. Can shoot the puck and skate. High draft pick. And then you've got Smith, who's tough. And Neal, of course, we know he plays just solid and rough. And that's been a good line in this game.
Turris and Stepan for the face-off. One back by Stepan. Girardi with Turris all over him, able to move it ahead. Then it was blocked away. Nice play by Mark Stone. Here's Turris off the side of the net.
That's a pass, a real good pass by Turris.
Hagelin moves in against Clark MacArthur. Around the boards for Nash. Wirkosh checks him. Hagelin with a shot. Save Leonard and no rebound. 4:41 gone by here in the second period.
Hagelin might be the Rangers' best player thus far in the game. He has really been good on the forecheck, getting in, getting the puck, getting shots. He's been around the net, been using his speed. And you just think that he is due to put one in with the way he's played thus far.
This line has had 8 shots, or that line that's now gone off, but Hagelin has had 4. Nash 3, and Stepan 1. Here's Richards, St. Louis, and Boyle on for the Rangers. Richards wins it back. Stahl fakes the shot. Marty St. Louis with a sharp angle shot went behind the net and around the boards and out of the zone. Diaz on with Stahl here. Takeaway by McCulloch. Moves in against Stahl. Dropped it back. Shot by Spezza went wide. Mathot keeps it in. Spezza's pass off the skate of McCulloch. And he was open in the slot. Puck knocked down by Diaz. Able to clear it out. Ottawa showing a lot of life. Nice pass through. St. Louis breaks to the net. And a save by Leonard. As Marty St. Louis was checked by Erik Karlsson. Couldn't get a real hard shot on goal. And Leonard able to make the save.
Well, you see how quickly Karlsson was able to close in on Marty St. Louis. When he received the puck, it looked like he had a lot of room to make the play. Here it is. And here comes Erik Karlsson. That's part of the reason why he won the Norris Trophy. Look at that. That's a good defensive play. He doesn't get the hands. He gets stick on stick to make the defensive play. Norris Trophy winner a couple years ago. Because part of the reason he plays like that, but we know he's can really skate as he showed there and put up the points.
5:18 gone by here in the second. Turris and Brassard. And we get a false start on the face-off. Ottawa with a little discussion deciding who to put in what position. Turris and Brassard do it again. Zuccarello gets to the puck. John Moore, big drive, he scores! May have been tipped by Brassard in front. The Rangers are on the board. It's a 2-1 game.
There was confusion, Sam, and you mentioned it, where they switched players, and when the puck comes this way, you'll see all this area up here open. Here it comes, Zuccarello gets it. Now all the Ottawa players go towards the net. Look at the room, and then the Rangers do a nice job getting to the net. I'm not sure Zuccarello might have got a piece of this. Moore with his head up all the way, and there's the deflection. I'm not sure if Zuccarello might have been even further out. And the deflection with all those bodies in front. The Rangers actually lose the faceoff, but Zuccarello's hustle allows him to pick up the puck. And then the defensive mistake that we expect from Ottawa because of the season they've had turns out to be John Moore having all that room, players to the net. Big goal as the Rangers get back to within one.
It looked to me like Zuccarello got it. Brassard did a good job screening the goaltender in front. But I think Zuccarello is going to wind up getting that goal. What a great play he made. And if he did deflect it, it would be two great plays he made on that goal.
Oh, for sure. The hustle to get in there and get the puck.
And the crowd is back into it.
They needed something like that.
Yes, sir. Diaz tied up with Erik Condra, passes it across in front. Played back by Carcillo to Diaz, trying to get it to Derek Dorsett. It's taken away by Pajot. Past Condra. Fourth line against fourth line here. And the puck out of the zone all the way down will be an icing on the Rangers' nose.
Looked like it
really
hit the line
slowed up.
skate. I think that's what slowed the puck up.
Werkhouse holding behind the net. Stepan and Hagelin have come on. That's fired down. Lundqvist out to play it around the boards. Vanacek couldn't get there. Stepan with Nash. Nash moves in against Greiba. Saved by Leonard. Rebound moved by Greiba. And John Moore goes to get it. Zuccarello gets the goal. And a save by Leonard on Hagelin. Nash digging for it. The puck went wide. Zibanejad across. Girardi was able to stop it. Now the Rangers have come alive.
Great passing around the front of the net.
Zuccarello gets the goal with John Moore getting the assist on the shot. Zuccarello passed it to Moore, so that's the only assist. Zuccarello a 4-game point scoring streak with 6 points in the last 4. St. Louis checked by Werkhouse. Brassard has been given an assist on the goal. Here's Stahl winding it around the boards for Richards. Good work on that goal by the Rangers. Now, can they keep it going? Keep that momentum alive. Richards passed through a little too far for Stahl. Gets it to Boyle. St. Louis at the side of the net. Strawman to Stahl. Rangers keeping possession off the skate of St. Louis and brought out by Zach Smith. Strawman back to get it. 8 minutes gone by in this second period. Richards pass knocked down by McCulloch. Spezza drops it back. Hemsky makes a move to the middle. McCulloch tried to tee up a shot but lost control. Spezza behind the net. Checked there by Stahl. Hemsky out to Carlson. Winds up. Big shot. Save. High on Lundqvist. Another shot by Carlson. A save. Lundqvist looking for the puck. And it's put in. McCulloch put it in.
Lundqvist's argument is that the puck was underneath his pad. And McCulloch in the crease just wouldn't quit on the play. I mean, is this obvious this game? If you can keep Ottawa in their zone, you're going to get chances, but try to keep them out of your own end. The Rangers turn the puck over. Carlson keeps it in. There's once. Where's the puck? Lundqvist thought it was underneath his pad. Let's see if it just gets behind him. And McCulloch looking. Where is it? Eventually it goes, boy, there was a little bit of a delay there. McCulloch was there, but it might have been Spezza coming right from the front.
Yeah.
To jam it right through.
So the Senators regain the 2-goal lead. A big hit by Pouliot, who knocks down Cody Ceci at the red line, right in front of John Giannone. Fortunately, the boards didn't give way. Girardi with the outlet to Pouliot.
Ceci's hurting on the bench.
That was a hard hit, and he went heavily into the boards. Now the Rangers have to regain some momentum. As Ottawa has quieted down the crowd again. 9 minutes gone by here in the second. Each team with a goal here in the second. 3-1 Ottawa lead. Brassard looking for Kevin Klein. He was checked as he tried to get a shot off. Zibanejad with a good play. Clark MacArthur dumps it in. There's Dorsett there, tied up with MacArthur. Diaz trying to move it. Puck comes out in front and played back by Neil Werkosh. That's blocked in front. And Dorsett takes over. Carcillo was stopped at the line by Mathot. Chris Neal moves in, and he's stopped by Diaz. Neal gets it around to Zach Smith. Mathot off the boards and off the referee. Neal winds it behind the net to Pajot. Jean-Gabriel Pajot out to Werkosh, who broke his stick on the shot. And the Rangers head down. Strawman for Dorsett. Moved around by Leonard to Carlson. Spezza got the goal, his 20th from Carlson at 8:27. Here's Smith. High shot, bangs off the glass. Hagelin trying to push it ahead. Smith deflected away from him, and Dominic Moore takes over. 9:35 to go in the second.
Yeah, I was going to say the Rangers, they get the puck in their zone now. They're getting a lot of pressure. So they've got to have a little bit better communication, a little bit quicker puck movement. There's a good play coming out.
Nash to step on, avoided the hip check attempt by Carlson. Played behind the net. Hagelin is there, checked by Phillips. McCulloch takes it away. And out comes Jason Spezza. Spezza moves in and shoots. Glove save by Lundqvist. It dropped out of his glove, and he covers up with 9:07 to go in the second period. Rangers came to life.
Well, here's a look at the third goal for Ottawa. Now, Jason Spezza gets the shot on Lundqvist. You'll see the puck come through, and as we see it, we stop it right there. Here's the puck. Now, watch this part of Lundqvist's stick. I don't think Spezza touched the puck. I think Lundqvist here knocks it in. He brings the stick back, and here comes the puck. I think he knocked it into his own net. So the referee actually made a good call, because had he been on top of the puck, or had the puck been frozen, he wouldn't have been able to knock it in. That puck wouldn't have been loose, as we saw.
Ottawa with a 3-1 lead with 9 minutes to go in the second. Takeaway by Hemsky, taken back by Nash. 3-on-2 across, now it's evened up. Pass for Stepan, good play by McCulloch. Coming back to deflect that pass away and out of play. Rangers 24 shots to 19 for Ottawa. Henrik Lundqvist certainly upset any time a goal goes in, but I'm sure knowing that he may have put it in himself will make him extra angry.
Well, yeah, there's no question that he didn't know where the puck was. It was bouncing around in there someplace. He thought it was underneath him, but he wasn't sure.
Richards, St. Louis, and Boyle on for the Rangers. Kyle Turris on the faceoff for Ottawa.
Spezza would still get the goal because he was the last player to touch the puck. He took that initial shot.
Shot by Turris, deflected away by St. Louis. Played there by Girardi. Mark Stone all over him. Stone with a good job.
Another turnover. And you've got to try and move the puck quickly because of the aggressiveness of Ottawa.
St. Louis, who's heading for the bench, gets the pass, stays on, moves into the offensive zone. The shot stick aside by Leonard. St. Louis takes it back. Pass blocked, double team, and he stays with it. Down low, deflects across the crease, and is covered by Leonard with 8:12 to go here in the second period. Tonight, right after the game on MSG, join Al Trotwig along with Marty Biron, Dave Maloney, and Ken Danico. What a lineup that is for a complete post-game reaction of the Rangers Senators and a look at the latest playoff picture in the NHL. All on Hockey Night Live, presented by Lenox Hill Hospital tonight after the game on MSG. Face-off win by Brassard. Zuccarello centers. Brassard was checked by Neal. Shot by Stahl! Score! Did Zuccarello tip that one?
I think so.
Wow. And it's back to a one-goal game. Big shots from the point by the Rangers.
And it starts with winning a faceoff. Now Zuccarello will try to set up Brassard going to the net. It misses him. Stahl ends up with it. There's the shot. Seemed like it hit somebody, but maybe it just hit the goaltender. Zuccarello was there. Oh, there it is. He did get a piece of it. Zuccarello with a couple of deflections for goals in this game.
I think we have to start calling him the magician.
Wow, he's got great hands. You know, he can pass the puck.
Wow. That's Zuccarello. He makes one play and doesn't stop.
Yeah.
He gets himself into great position, and there it is again. He is the leading point scorer of the Rangers. Now Marty St. Louis has more points on the season, but Matt Zuccarello has the most points as the New York Ranger this season.
Talk about coming into your own, and this has been the season for him. A healthy scratch early in the season, and what a player he's turned into.
In comes Eric Condra. Drags it, shoots wide. Now once again, Rangers have some momentum. Can they build on it? Dominic Moore. Stopped there by Chris Phillips. Winds it deep. Pajot back for it. Checked by Carcillo. Up ahead. Stopped by Dorsett. Phillips. Bumped by Dorsett. Good effort by Derek Dorsett. And it's whistled down for a hand pass against the Rangers. 7:21 to go. Matt Zuccarello.
There's Matt Zuccarello. Couple of deflected goals, both coming off face-off. One the Rangers lost, the other one they won, and there it is, boy. Just see that little move he makes to the inside, outside to make sure his stick was free. What a nice job. In our pregame, Elianka Larionov interviewed Matt Zuccarello, and they wouldn't admit that he was a skilled player. He says he's a hard-working player.
He's got some skill. Shot by John Moore from the point. A good one. Shot by Mark Stahl from the point. Another good one. And the Rangers have been able to get goals out of those shots.
Again, the way Ottawa plays in their own zone, it's a real struggle for them. But you get them down on the other end, and they look like world beaters.
There's Spezza. Carlson quickly to Mathot. Big shot, save! He was looking for a deflection from Spezza. He waited, for Spitz and a skate in front. Hagelin the other way to Nash. Nash moves in, cuts to the middle and shoots. Saved by Leonard.
And another rebound. Those rebounds are coming straight out in front of the net.
Rangers 27 shots on goal. Zuccarello got the goal, his second of the game, 19th of the season from Stahl and Brassard. At 11:55, Derek Brassard with 2 assists on 2 faceoff wins.
One was a loss, but
Oh, okay.
but he ended up touching it, I think.
Turned out that Zuccarello got there, and he turned a loss into a win.
Yeah, sure did.
Greiba and St. Louis. Boyle moves in, using the big body. Greiba goes down, the puck loose. And brought out Kyle Turris for MacArthur. That was stopped by Stroman. Sent in by Richards. 5:45 to go in the second. Ottawa with a 3-2 lead. Turris for MacArthur. Kevin Klein comes back to get it. Klein moving up slowly, leads Strawman. Off the end boards. And there's Zuccarello to the puck. Cody Ceci shoves him down. Down the boards, stopped by Diaz. Now Brassard, checked there by Pajot. Ceci was able to move it ahead, and out come the Senators. Jumped in. And Klein got a piece of Mike Hoffman. Back the other way, Phillips. Brassard on the forecheck. Condra moves in with Pajot. And a nice play by Pouliot. Picked his pocket, then gave it away as Condra took it back. Condra stolen by Zuccarello. Diaz dumps it in. Leonard leaves it for Mathot. And Mark Mathot heads up. Smith across for Chris Neal, too far. Slowed down by Lundqvist. Ward to Stepan, to Hagelin, and now Nash against Mathot. Drops it to Stepan, back for Nash, but Mathot stayed with him. Nash keeps it alive, pushes it back to John Moore. Wrist shot, save Leonard. The big rebound was missed as Hagelin skated by. Takeaway by Nash. Gets it back to John Moore. Chris Neal in front of him. Shot blocked in the circle. Hagelin to Nash. Checked by Zibanejad. Nash keeps it alive. Nash circling, trying to get a shot off. Good job by Carlson. Denied him a shot.
He tried to put his stick through his legs and get a forehand shot, did Rick Nash.
Long shot by Zibanejad, covered by Lundqvist. 3:50 to go in the second period.
And Nash was on his backhand and just couldn't put it past Leonard.
Ottawa with a 3-2 lead and 3:50 to go in the second. The upcoming schedule is brought to you by Lexus, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Rangers. Tuesday night, Carolina Hurricanes here on MSG. Thursday night, Buffalo Sabres here on MSG. Saturday night, last game of the regular season at Montreal. 7 p.m. on MSG. All games preceded by 1/2 hour by Visa Rangers game night. Hope you'll join us for all those games as the Rangers try to clinch a playoff spot and get home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs as well. Philadelphia beaten today in Boston, 5-2. Boston scoring 3 goals in the third period. Pass across, shot by McCulloch, saved by Lundqvist, and he covers up. 3:25 to go in the second period. Blue Shirts faithful, this weekend is your last chance to vote for the Rangers player you feel goes above and beyond the call of duty as part of the Stephen McDonald Extra Effort Award presented by Lenox Hill Hospital, North Shore LIJ Health System. Vote now at NewYorkRangers.com. The award will be presented Tuesday night. That is a big award. As always, it would be great to see the McDonald family. Carlson, that was a shot pass to McCulloch. That's deflected wide. Zuccarello moves it around for John Moore. Race for the puck. Brassard gets there. Around the boards for Zuccarello. Zuccarello to Pouliot. Pouliot against Carlson. Carried behind the net. Broussard is there. In front for Pouliot. Missed. Zuccarello shot blocked. Big block by McCulloch. Lifted in wide of the net. Girardi drives it hard around the boards. Tipped ahead by Broussard. Urkosh back for it. Zuccarello with a hit on him. Fans love that. The chance goes up. Zook. Kyle Turris. Pass across. Greiber's shot into the chest of Lundqvist. Cleared aside by Dorsett. Garcillo getting it to Moore. Finding Klein.
Now, Sam, we talked about that line at the top, but that Broussard line, again in this game, just about every time they're on the ice, something's happening. I mean, they are making plays and generating scoring chances, and of course, Zuccarello with both of the Ranger goals.
Ooh, that was close to being offside. Poke check at the line. Puck around the boards. Dorsett is there. Reverses to Stahl. 1:50 remaining, second period. Once again, the Rangers coming up with goals in the second, making an adjustment. They closed the 2-goal lead to 1 twice. Trying to sustain the momentum. Here's Zach Smith for Ottawa. 3-on-3 across. Smith to Neal. Quick shot. Nice quick shot by Chris Neal. And the save by Lundqvist. Phillips' shot went wide. Zibanejad. Checked there by John Moore. Girardi stepped in front of Chris Neal. Set up for Zibanejad, couldn't handle it. Rangers break out. Step on to Nash. Nash against Cody Ceci. Pass in front for Hagelin, went by him. Smith the other way for Ottawa. Chris Neal. Stand on the pass. Nash takes over. He's got Hagelin. Hagelin against Cody Ceci. Under a minute to go in the second. Nash's pass across, and the Senators take it. Pajot heads the other way. Mike Hoffman adds a pass across, tip. Carlson pushes it ahead with a glove. Stahl had it poked away by Pajot, tries to move it to Strawman, and help comes from Marty St. Louis. 35 seconds to go in the period. Boyle against Carlson. Carlson using that good skating ability to come around the net, clear it out. Strawman gets it back to St. Louis. Now Brad Richards. Richards gets it through. Klein touches it to Boyle. Stick save made by Leonard. Richards. Quick shot by Klein. A save with Boyle pushed into the goaltender by Carlson. Well, that puck almost made it in. An icing here on the Ottawa Senators. 4.4 seconds remaining in the period.
Look at Carlson. Carlson is showing the referee where he was standing. He went over and stood right at the top of the crease. Continues to have the conversation. He thinks there should have been a call. Let's see, here's the work again. This is the Broussard line. Good work around the net, skating, and then that chance. Good block by McCulloch. As Zuccarello was going for the hat-trick goal.
Paul Dvorsky was the referee talking with Erik Karlsson. Karlsson drives it up the boards. Knocked down, the horn sounds, the period comes to an end. Once again, Rangers outscore the Senators 2-1 in the second period. They've outscored opponents 19-6 in second period since the middle of March, but they're down a goal heading for the third period.
Now, the important thing, they were able to get something past Robin Lehner because he showed a lot of confidence making all those saves in the first period, but I thought they had more offensive zone time. Ottawa remains a dangerous team, but for the Rangers, I think if they come out, understand they got to win one period to get in the playoffs, that's what they've got to do to start the third.
Down to the game side studio to Al Trotwig standing by. Al?
Sam, on the New York Lottery intermission report, I'll be talking to the man of the night so far for the New York Rangers. That would be Matt Zuccarello, who did, as you showed, have a great chance at the hat trick. Also, Bill Peto's at the MSG 150 desk. Well, there's no desk there, really. And I'll be talking to Marty Biron about what's going on. Don't forget Hockey Night Live after the game. We'll see you then. Coming up, it's the New York Lottery intermission report. As the Rangers score to make it 2-1, but then the Senators come back, and then the Rangers answer. Matt Zuccarello coming up.
night for hockey here in New York. We're getting set for the third period. Rangers and Ottawa Senators. New York Rangers hockey is presented by Chase. Let's find out what the coaches are thinking about this third period. Go down between the benches to our John Giannone. John.
Yeah, Sam, I talked to defensive coach Ulf Samuelsson. He said the one thing Ottawa's really good at is the transition game, and he said we fed into that transition game with the amount of turnovers and missed opportunities we've had. He said, look, they want to play a full-out trade chances game. We can't afford to give up the kind of chances we had. The other thing to watch, he said, our defense is going to stay back by the blue line when we have the puck in the offensive zone. He said, we told them, unless there's a golden opportunity down the middle, we want you to stay back by the blue line because we've got a lot of room back there. And as you saw in the 2 goals, he said, we're getting guys in front of the net for tips or second chance opportunities. So look for that in the third. Get the puck in the zone and then keep the defense back by the blue line because there's plenty of ice for them there, guys.
Sounds like a game plan,
yeah,
Joe.
It sure does. Well, the other thing, I'm sure they respect what Ottawa has shown them when they've had the puck and they start coming at them on the rush. They're very, very dangerous. So to make sure your defense are back gives you a better opportunity to defend and slow down that rush.
There's one of those weird things that happens. Ben Zuccarello talked about it with Al Trautwig. Not only was he on the ice for every goal in the game, but Benoit Pouliot's been on the ice for every goal in the game.
Yeah, you'd rather have the plus sign before your name.
There's been only one penalty in this game. That happened in the first period. Rangers got the power play, failed to capitalize. Rangers down 3-2, and here we go in the third. Stepan Nash and Hagelin with Stahl and Stralman for the Rangers. Stepan back for it. Spezza on the forecheck. Stahl was hit by Hemsky. Puck out to Erik Karlsson. Saved by Lundqvist. And out comes Stepan, leading Hagelin. Slowed down there by Karlsson. Finds Stahl, who missed the net wide. Just off the bench comes Marty St. Louis. Stahl takes it back. He's got St. Louis in front of save on the shot. St. Louis looking for deflection but didn't get it. And Leonard able to make the save. Yeah,
that's again, the Rangers do a nice job coming out of their zone. And by making that first good pass, now they back up the Ottawa defense. And that allows Mark Stahl then to join the rush. So everybody starts backing up. And the Rangers find the puck, find the plays, and force a turnover there that turns into really somewhat of a missed opportunity for Marty St. Louis. Right in front of the net, he waved at it and just missed on the redirection.
Richards, St. Louis, and Boyle on with John Moore and Dan Girardi. Everybody to the left side, including John Moore. Face-off win by Girardi, and the shot blocked in the circle. Boyle around the net against Greiba. Boyle stays with it. Pass in front, broken up by Kyle Turris. Kept in momentarily by Moore, then blocked out by Mark Stone. For the St. Louis. Off the boards, chipped away by Greiba. Moore gets it to St. Louis, and now back to Moore. Offside whistle against the Rangers. Still in the opening minute of the third period.
I think the player to watch for, if you're thinking of the Rangers, and someone that's come close and has been a threat in this game is Rick Nash. Rick Nash with 6 shots on goal through 2 periods. He's been around the net. He had the breakaway that he failed to score on. I just think that Nash is a player that seems due to put one in.
Cody Ceci for Ottawa. To Chris Neal, who puts it in the Ranger zone. Lundqvist back to Stralman, and the pass out a little too far. And Ceci sends it back to the Ranger line and into the Ranger zone where Stralman picks it up. Chris Neal checking on him out of the zone. Chris Phillips has it for Ottawa. The Senators have lost their last 2 games. Prior to that, they had a stretch where they went 4-0-1, including a couple of shootout wins. Played ahead, a little too far for Condra. Stahl banks it off the boards for Hagelin. That was kicked away by Mark Methot. There's Nash for Hagelin, and Methot stopped that. Stepan digging along the boards. Pops loose. Condra Plays it across out of the zone. Kevin Klein there to drive it back in. Through 2 periods, Erik Karlsson of Ottawa had played the most time of any player. For the Rangers, Dan Girardi, through 2 periods, has played the most time. And that puck deflects out of play over the glass. 2:28 gone by here in the third. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Lenox Hill Hospital, the official hospital of the New York Rangers. A change in the scoring on the first Rangers goal. Still Zuccarello's goal, but now Pouliot has been given an assist. So Zuccarello from Pouliot and John Moore at 5:25 of the second period. And for Benoit Pouliot, a 5-game point scoring streak with a goal and 4 assists.
That almost looked like a double deflection. I think Pouliot deflected it before it got to Zuccarello, who then got a stick on that one.
Brassard was not given an assist on that play. Puck around to Marty St. Louis, taken by Greiba. That's blocked by Boyle. It's it deep to Richards, trying to get it to St. Louis. But Patrick Wurkosh made a good defensive play. Girardi back for it. 3 minutes gone by in the third. Ottawa with a 3-2 lead. Ottawa 2 goals in the first period. Rangers cut it to 2-1 in the second. Ottawa upped it to 3-1. The Rangers have gotten it back to 3-2. That pass intended for Stone comes out. Karlsson drives it back in. Girardi there. Played toward the net, out the side in the corner by Lundqvist. Kyle Turris trying to get it out in front of his block. Stone gets it back to Mathot. Now to Karlsson. A rich shot deflection by Turris and a good save by Lundqvist.
It was a good shift by Turris. Turris did a nice job getting in and putting some pressure on in the corners, and eventually Karlsson gets the puck back, and Turris goes from the corners to the front of the net and gets a piece. And Lundqvist gets that stick down on the ice and takes everything away. It's been a real solid year again for Kyle Turris.
And heading to the bench on a change was Zuccarello, and he met up with Chris Neal. I don't know how that would work out, but he had a few words. Rangers shoot in. Hagelin, Stepan, and Nash on for the Rangers with Stahl and Strawman. Jack Smith slides it across. Zibanejad trying to get behind the back. Neal was bumped by Stahl. Nash trying to get it out of the zone. Nash picks it up and carries it in. Stepan back for Nash. Chris Phillips checks in. CeCe moves it ahead for Zibanejad. It was stopped by Diaz. Here's Nash. Wraps it in front. It was deflected. Shot went off the back of Hagelin as Stepan got to the puck and got underneath it on the shot.
Yeah, the puck seemed to be on edge when Stepan was able to get control. Nash made a good play from behind the net, and Stepan just shoots wide, and Hagelin not able to do anything with it.
Boyle with a good takeaway, but would have been an offside. Rangers have to regroup. It's whistled down. The linesman says, my fault. I should have whistled it down. He blows the whistle a little late. It's offside on the Rangers.
Yeah, right before this line came on the ice. There's the play by Nash behind the net. Gets it in front. Stepan tries to handle it. Leonard, the goaltender, wasn't sure where it was.
And it hit Carl Hagelin. Oh, he's pointing to it.
He's had a tough few games.
Yeah.
He's got marks, black and blue, all over his face. High sticks, pucks.
It bounced off the corner glass. Spezza found it and tried to clear it aside. Here's Karlsson rushing down with it. Nice job by John Moore to stay with him. McCulloch back to the point to Mathot. Around the boards for Spezza. Back the other way. This time St. Louis steps in front of Mathot. Boyle with McCulloch. Spezza comes out with it. Back to Mathot. And across to Karlsson. Toward the net. A bouncer. Goes behind the net. Hemsky. Checked by Moore. Karlsson with a shot wide. Now to Mathot. Good job by Ottawa keeping the puck in the zone. And St. Louis got it to Richards. One-on-one with Karlsson. Trailing is St. Louis. Takes it away and it's kicked out by Leonard. Oh, good job by Marty St. Louis taking the puck away from Mark Mathai.
He started the play with a brilliant pass him in his own zone behind the back to Richards and then joined the rush before Richards found him.
Good forecheck pressure by Ottawa. Condra was there. Long pass intended for Zuccarello. Wirkosh took it away. Back for it, Stallman. Pajot on him. Stahl looks to help out. It's worked loose. Zuccarello comes away with it. Zuccarello lifts it in. Pouliot chases after it against Gryba. Behind the net. Put out in front. Zuccarello couldn't tee up a shot. Off the pass from Brassard. Zuccarello sends it in. First sign of real good aggressive play by the Rangers here in the third. Brassard on the takeaway. Finds a man, the shot blocked. Brassard slides it down for Nash just off the bench. Nash around to Brassard. Gryba blocked it. In the corner, Kevin Klein coming down from his defensive slot. Taken away by Turris. Lifts it out of the zone. Klein recovers. Here's Rafael Diaz lifting it in. A little over 7 minutes gone by. Third period. Ottawa holding a 3-2 lead. Gryba for Turris. And offside whistle as MacArthur went in ahead of the play. 7-12 gone by. Third period. Ottawa with a 3-2 lead.
Marty St. Louis nearly tied it up, but this starts in the Ranger zone. A long shot from Carlson here. And then Zuccarello with this spinorama pass right there behind the back, up the boards to Richards, and then pardon me, St. Louis didn't stop. He just kept going and nearly had one down on the other end. Good play by St. Louis in his own zone and nearly had one in the offensive end.
Set for the face-off, and Dominic Moore on with Derek Stepan and Derek Dorsett. Two centermen out for the Rangers here. And Carcillo not on the line here on this shift. Moore and Turris. Turris wins it back to Carlson. Phillips drives it in. 5 shots on goal combined here in the third period. Ottawa with 3, Rangers 2. Turris after the puck, pushed away from him by Stepan. Here comes John Moore. Moore, good rush into the zone. Played in front. Phillips takes it back for Ottawa. The outlet to Turris. Turris drops it off to Mark Stone. He shoots. Save! Big save! Beautiful glove save by Henrik Lundqvist.
Work play. Turris was able to get the puck in the neutral zone after Phillips gave him a lead pass out of his own zone, and now he's looking around, has a little bit of time, a little drop pass here for Stone. And Stone used it. I don't know how Henrik Lundqvist saw that. What a save. Girardi goes down, he misses it. MacArthur's in front, so Lundqvist has to look around those two players, and what a save with the glove.
Spezza with a face-off win, kept in deep by Carlson, stopped by Anton Stallman. I think the referee escaped. Spezza pushed it ahead. The Rangers able to get it out of the zone. Stuck in the zone was Hemsky. So a free exit for Stallman, who carries it in. Takes it deep around the boards for St. Louis. Taken back by Spezza, leads Hemsky out. Rangers not getting many chances thus far in the third period. Good job by the Ottawa Senators of keeping them away from the net.
Now Langino's cut down to 3 lines. You're not seeing that 4th line at all here.
Well, 2/3 of it came out for that one short shift.
Just not much.
St. Louis, Pouliot just off the bench. Just trying to keep it in the zone. They do. Brassard's got it. Pass deflected. Chris Neal takes over. And some tight coverage by Ottawa in their defensive zone. Zibanejad dumps it into the Rangers' end. Diaz up the boards. Nice play to poke it out of the zone by Zuccarello. Brassard. Zuccarello. Brassard. He fanned on it. It's in the crease and cleared out by Wirkosh.
Got a wide open net. beautiful passing. The Rangers had a 3-on-2 break, and that line moved it beautifully, and Brassard just simply couldn't control it. He had 2 feet on the short side.
Hagelin comes out of the corner against Pajot. Down comes Girardi, taken away by Condra, and able to get it out. Mike Hoffman for Ottawa, taken back by Brassard. Trying to drop it back to someone in his own zone.
He didn't
nobody was there.
He didn't realize that his line mate was changing.
Hagelin moves across. Open man Nash. Back the other way. Stepan. Shot blocked. Pajot worked ahead by Girardi. But Carlson lost it momentarily. And he's able to bring it out.
Good play by Hagelin, lifting his stick.
Midway point, third period. Blocked by Girardi. Rangers down 3-2. That pass stopped by Carlson. Otherwise, Nash would have gone in one-on-one against Cody Ceci. Mark Stahl moves in. Ceci is there. Toward the net, covered by Robin Lehner. 9:47 to go. Third period. Condra and Stahl are separated. The Rangers trying to find a way to get this game even. They're down 3-2. There was the chance. Brassard, wide open net. He missed it. We are back at Madison Square Garden where the Rangers trail 3-2.
Well, here's the play out of their own zone. Diaz, the pass, little tip. Now here's the odd man rush. Zuccarello made the tip out of his own zone, and then being such an unselfish player, and it's a smart play. Everyone thought he was going to shoot, and look at all the room Brassard has right here. Put it in the empty net, right? Oh, just bounces over the blade of his stick.
Yeah,
he still has his head down.
That's right.
Can't believe that one.
Seen that one a few times. Lifted out by Carlson. John Moore able to play it. Clark MacArthur him. Up the boards. Rangers able to get out of the zone. Stone fell down. Boyle has it. Now Girardi. Richards to St. Louis. Boyle heads for the net. Girardi shot blocked. And cleared out. Cleared out by Mark Stone. 9:15 to go in the third. No scoring here in the third period. St. Louis finds it. Fake. And it was too late. It was broken up. Richards shoots and a glove save by Leonard.
That was a good play by McCulloch. This is the second time in this game where an Ottawa player has made a stick-on-stick defensive play against Marty St. Louis. Here he comes. McCulloch right there from behind, number 9. Just gets his stick on top of St. Louis as he was going to shoot. The shot eventually came through, and Leonard with the save.
Coming up, the Foxwoods Final Five. Foxwoods, your destination for endless excitement. Rangers keep in. Zuccarello lifting it ahead. It was batted down by Wilcox. Picked up by Brassard. Here's Strawman. Out to him, McCulloch. Strawman moves down. Strawman around the net looking for a man. Finds Zuccarello. Save! And play stopped. Is a penalty coming up? The referee is pointing toward the penalty box. And it looks like Gryba is being called for a penalty.
What a play, though, by Strawman. Strawman at the blue line is able to make a subtle little move to keep the play in. There it comes here. Watch this little stop here, and then he just goes and goes. That's McCulloch who has good feet. He's on him. Strawman keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Finally, this shot. Saved, but it leads to a penalty. So all that work by Strawman leads to the 62 top left. That's Gryba with the slash. And the Rangers go on to power play.
Their second power play of the game. They've had the only two. This Rangers power play is presented by Volkswagen. Stepan, Nash, St. Louis up front. Richards and Girardi at the points. Gryba for slashing at 11-17. Rangers 4 for 46 on the power play over the last 15 games, including this one. Zach Smith was all over Richards, but Richards able to get it to Girardi. Now Stepan back to Girardi. To Nash. And the shot went wide. There was a shot pass with Girardi cutting to the net. Richards to St. Louis. Nash pass was deflected and cleared out of the zone by Cody Ceci. 30 seconds gone by on the power play. Broussard comes on with Pouliot and Zuccarello and John Moore. Richards stays on. Broussard carries in. Around the boards for Moore. Across to Richards. Right out to him, McCulloch. Richards to Moore for the one-timer. Wide. Broussard back down past Pouliot to Zuccarello. Pouliot sets up in front. Richards ahead for Broussard off his stick. Pouliot got it back to Broussard. He's pressured by Wiercioch, and it's cleared out by McCulloch. John Moore picks it up. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Moore fires in around the boards. Chris Phillips put it back the other way for Ceci. Cody Ceci tied up along the boards. Pouliot takes a hit from McCulloch. Zuccarello trying to work it loose. Up the boards, Turris to Clark MacArthur. Kills some time, slides it down the ice. 20 seconds to go in the Rangers power play. Moore gets it to Rafi Diaz. Diaz goes across. Nash back on. St. Louis to Nash. He shoots, saved by Leonard. There was the Rangers' best chance of the power play. And the puck lifted out. And that will do it for the power play.
Well, that's 7 shots for Rick Nash. None better than that one.
Stahl puts it ahead for St. Louis. Centers, tipped. Stepan finds it. Shot blocked by Phillips. Nash had it blocked out of the zone. Picked up by Condra. Diaz is back. Condra with a shot. Saved by Lundqvist. Nash has it. 6:20 to go. Third period. Rangers 0 for 2 on the power play in the game. McCulloch lost it. And Nash brings it across. Dominic Moore, that was tipped just wide by Nash. Knocked away, Moore's shot. Saved by Leonard, rebound goes wide. Here's Stralman with a shot deflected across. Comes to Moore. Dominic Moore to Hagelin. Hagelin checked by McCulloch. Hagelin trying to get away. And it's taken away by McCulloch off the boards.
What a shift by Rick Nash. Even when he lost it there, he reached and poked it in front to free the puck. That led to another chance.
There's Hagelin's pass. Knocked away from Klein and sent in by Hagelin. Boyle after it against Carlson. Carlson gets it ahead for Mark Stone. Taken away by Hagelin. Side of the net. Boyle got a shot off. Stopped by Leonard. He tries to cover the puck. And he gets the whistle. And Dominic Moore involved. Going at it with 2 men. Carlson is there, 65, and Turris comes back in.
Carlson was the first one to go after Dominic Moore, who hasn't played much in this period. And now Dominic Moore and Turris together.
600th NHL game for Dominic Moore. He wants to let people know he's around. 5:23 to go in the third. Still 3-2 Ottawa.
Rick Nash nearly ties this game for the Rangers. He had a long shift. He had chances. How about this one? He deflects this one just wide. And then look at the effort from behind the net. Carlson has it. Rick Nash reaches out with his stick. Deflects it. Moore has a chance. Nash has one more before he goes down. Just can't reach the puck as he gets defended. And then Boyle from a bad angle will have another chance here. He just throws it and then goes to the net. Free puck. Dominic Moore comes in late. Carlson grabs him. And then all of this breaks out.
And no penalties.
No penalties.
Goal. All right. Carlson had a long discussion with Paul Dvorsky during the TV timeout. 5:23 to go.
He's had too many of those in this game.
Broussard wins the draw. Girardi to Zuccarello. To Broussard, he was blocked by Carlson. Puck cleared out of the zone. No scoring here in the third. Ottawa took the 2-0 lead into the first. Rangers got 2 goals in the second. Ottawa got 1. That's where we stand. As the puck is knocked away from Girardi. There's Kyle Turris. 2-on-1 developing. Turris shoots, save, Lundqvist. The puck loose. Lundqvist made another save on Turris. Oh, two big saves. Carlson with a shot and a save by Lundqvist. 3 chances for Ottawa. Zuccarello after the puck. MacArthur and Carlson both knock him down. Carlson's got it. Hard around the board. Stopped by Strawman. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Zuccarello and MacArthur. Hagelin moves in to help out. Hagelin spinning on Carlson, trying to get to the net. Zuccarello. Pass across for Stahl. Shot blocked. It's blocked by Mark Stone. Stahl. Backhander save. Rebound wide by Stahl. Here comes Hagelin out. He shoots his block. Another shot by Nash. That was blocked. And off the boards and stopped by Strawman at the red line. They try to keep Ottawa pinned in their zone. Nash gets to the puck. Around the Hagelin. Moves out in front. Saved by Leonard. Another shot. Saved by Leonard. Around the boards. Strawman. Around the boards. Here's Nash coming out in front. He shoots high and wide and up into the netting. May have glanced. No, they said it went straight into the netting, and the faceoff comes outside with 3:39 to go.
Well, the Rangers have had some chances, and finally, 2-on-1. Turris tries to put this puck through Lundqvist. Lundqvist save. Turris knocks it down, gets another chance. Lundqvist gets over again and makes the second save on Kyle Turris.
3:39 to go. Rangers 40 shots on goal for the 15th time this season. They're 8-5-1 in the previous 14 where they've had 40 shots on goal. We welcome those of you watching Hockey Night Live here at Madison Square Garden. Sam Rosen, Joe Micheletti, John Giannone. The Rangers have not led in this game. They need 1 point to clinch a playoff spot. They trailed 3-2. They trailed 2-0 into the first. Got a goal back in the second. Trailed 3-1 and got another one in the second. Here's Brian Boyle dropping it back. Ritchie shot wide. 3-2 Ottawa leading it. Shot by John Moore. Saved by Robin Leonard. Around the boards. McCulloch. Alon McCulloch up ahead for Leshemsky. That was blocked by John Moore. It deflects out of play with 3:11 to go. The game recap is brought to you by Tri-Honda dealers. Matt Zuccarello with both Ranger goals, giving him 19 on the season, 4 goals over the last 4 games. Benoit Pouliot has an assist in the game in a 5-game point-scoring streak. Jason Spezza with his 12th career goal against the New York Rangers. Mark Stone with a goal for Ottawa as well. And Mika Zibanejad with a goal. Stahl dumps it in. And then he got knocked down by Chris Neal. You hear the crowd reaction. Stahl seems to be okay. The battle in the corner.
And then Zuccarello
and penalty call.
And here goes Stahl after Neal.
Wow.
Now they go down.
Oh,
Neal throwing punches. The hit by Neal was borderline late. He was coming from a lot of speed from the side, and Stahl was along the boards and put the puck in.
and you don't Neal. I mean, when he starts going, he really starts going. You can understand. There's Zuccarello and Zach Smith.
Or Smith, pardon me. Smith jabbed him with the stick. And Zuccarello jabbed him back.
Greiba and Pouliot have paired off. Stahl is being escorted to the penalty box. You can understand his reaction, but Chris Neal's not a guy you want to go after. I know you want to defend yourself. There's Brassard and Zach Smith still going at it.
Sometimes, Sam, when the emotions get to a certain level, you don't think that way. You know, especially with what Mark Stahl has gone through the last couple of years.
2:47 remaining in the third period.
Here's Neal again coming all the way across. Now it was close to being a late hit. And they saw Pouliot go after Neal. You saw Zuccarello jump in there, stall in, comes all the way back. Neal able to get a couple of punches in. How about Zuccarello? You know, they did a good job going after Neal after all that. Zuccarello, there Smith jabbed him with a stick. Zuccarello slashed him back.
3 Rangers have gone to the penalty box. Stahl, Zuccarello, and Brassard. 2 Ottawa Senators in the penalty box. Chris Neal and Zach Smith. So we'll see how this all shakes out with 2:47 remaining. Rangers down the goal. Rangers within 1 point of clinching the playoff spot. Brassard's heading for the locker room.
Are they calling Brassard a third man in to an altercation? Again, it doesn't have to be a fight to get thrown out of the game for being the third man in. It just has to be an altercation.
Greg Kimmerly is giving the penalties to the official scorer. There's Paul Dvorsky alongside Kimmerly, number 18. They sort out all the calls. Rangers with 41 shots in the game, and the Senators 32. Dan Carcillo has not seen the ice here in the third period.
Again, mostly 3 lines for Alain Vigneault in the third period, trying to get that tying goal. They've created chances. The goaltender Leonard's been good. Now the explanation.
Paul Dvorsky was pointing to the locker room, so I think he's explaining why Brassard was thrown out.
Ottawa number 25, Chris Neal, 2 minutes for roughing.
Really proud reaction to the penalties being announced.
Mark Stahl, a double minor, 4 minutes for roughing. Rangers number 36,
Brad
Matt
Richards
Zuccarello, 2 minutes for roughing.
joined the others in the penalty box. Looks like he's going to serve someone's penalty.
Stahl ended up with a double minor for roughing.
The Rangers Stahl, a double minor, 4 minutes for roughing. Zuccarello, 2 minutes for roughing.
Stahl 4 minutes for roughing. Zuccarello got 2 minutes for roughing.
So the Rangers shorthanded, right? I think the Rangers end up short after all this.
They do. Chris Neal 2 for roughing. Zach Smith 2 for roughing. Rangers get 6 minutes in minors. Neal gets Ottawa gets 4. Now here's further discussion. .247 remaining. The Rangers shorthanded for the first time in the game. The 5-on-4 power play advantage for Ottawa. I think the word is you want to put Carcillo in the penalty box instead of Brad Richards. And now it remains the way they've had it. Rangers control. Rangers shorthanded. Sent around the boards. I thought pushing it deep for McCulloch out to Carlson. Up ahead Spezza. Now McCulloch. Rangers have Strawman and Girardi with Hagelin and Boyle. The long shot gloved by Lundqvist, and he holds it. Mark Methot taking the shot from the point. You're watching the Foxwoods Final Five. Foxwoods, your destination for endless excitement. Visit foxwoods.com now.
Well, the area for the Rangers, one of the areas that's been really working the last 10 to 15 games has been their shorthanded,
Yes,
their
sir.
penalty killing, where they've been scoring shorthanded goals. Now is the obvious time to get one.
Lead for Spezza. Rangers bring on Stepan and Nash with Girardi and Strawman. Stepan fires it down the ice. 2 minutes remaining. The Rangers trailing 3-2. Rangers are hoping to take advantage of the Flyers losing this afternoon, who open up a bigger lead on Philadelphia. Flyers will still have 2 games in hand after tonight. Flyers playing 5 games over the last 8 days of the season. Pass for Dominic Moore, and the shot blocked by Carlson. Great pass from Marty St. Louis. St. Louis and Moore on. With John Moore, and the long shot sticked aside by Leonard. Kevin Klein gets over, and it's sent down the ice by Mark Stone. St. Louis and Turris back for it. Tie each other up. Turris trying to play it in front of his block. Stone's got it. Minute 10 to go in regulation time. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Puck pops in the air, bounces down. Stepan looking for it. Stone trying to move it. Blocked by St. Louis. Under a minute to go. Puck comes out to Ceci. Pass across to Turris. He was bumped on the play. Rangers take it back. Kevin Klein's got it. And the power play is over. Rangers at full strength. Down the goal. Down the middle. Hoffman. Glove save by Lundqvist. A beauty. And play stops with 40 seconds to go.
Hoffman came off the bench. It was a little scrambly because the penalty had just ended. And right down the middle, there's Hoffman, and wow, did he ever get plenty on this shot. And Lundqvist, another beautiful save. Hoffman put everything into this one. Lundqvist, you could just see when that hit his glove, the velocity on it actually took his glove backwards. And he held on, and so now 40 seconds remaining, and they're going to have to find a way to get Lundqvist out of the net for a sixth attacker.
Rangers are huddled around associate coach Scott Arniel. They have used their timeout with 40 seconds remaining. Right after this game concludes, stay tuned because we've got complete coverage coming your way on Hockey Night Live. Al Trotwig, Marty Biron, Dave Maloney, and Ken Danico will talk about the Rangers and the Senators. They'll go around the NHL. Check out the playoff picture on Hockey Night Live, presented by Lenox Hill Hospital, right here on MSG.
The Devils win again. They go to Carolina and score an empty net goal to win 3-1 there. So now they've won consecutive games.
As they try to stay alive in the race for the wild card spot.
Well, Toronto is losing 4-2 tonight.
Toronto's running out of games, Joe. They'll have only 3 games remaining after tonight.
And Columbus lost a tough game last night against Chicago.
Detroit with a big comeback. They were down 3-0 in the third and came back to tie Montreal 3-3.
And now they're trailing against 5-3.
Montreal bounced back.
Yes.
Time running out on the Rangers. Condra got knocked down. Rangers move it out, but it's intercepted by Zach Smith. Smith plays it ahead. Zuccarello's got it. Fired out off of Smith. Played by Phillips. Lundqvist can't get to the bench. Zuccarello back forward with 15 seconds. Stepan's got it. Up ahead to Richards. Now to Zuccarello. 8 seconds to go. Zuccarello moves in. To Stepan, a save by Leonard on a redirection. 2 seconds to go. Pass in front and it's over. And the Rangers come up short as Robin Lehner makes 41 saves. And the Rangers are beaten 3-2, and they'll have to put off the clinching until Tuesday night.
Well, the way Leonard played in the first period, it took the Rangers a while to get going. The Rangers were a little loose in that first period. Leonard was very good, and then one last deflection right there. Going to the net was Derek Stepan. Just gets a piece of this, and Leonard, he was sharp tonight. He was very good. Give him credit. Makes one more save at the end. And Ottawa, with the 2 quick goals in the first period, end up winning it.
Our stars of the game brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. Visit on the web at searchmercedes.com. Erik Karlsson, he played a ton of, he had to play close to 30 minutes in this game. He had an assist, 4 shots, and a +2. Matt Zuccarello with both goals for the Rangers, giving him 19 on the season. Tonight's goal of the game is brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
Well, off the face-off, Zibanejad comes from the boards. Tremendous wrist shot. This kid can really shoot it. Here it comes again, off the boards, right-handed shot, comes straight across, little move, quick release off the shoulder of Lundqvist and in. That made it 2-0.
Never be without hockey. Download NHL Game Center Premium today. The Ottawa Senators beat the Rangers for the first time in 3 meetings this season. 3-2 is the final. Rangers' next game Tuesday night against the Carolina Hurricanes right here in Madison Square Garden. Will be on the air at 6:30. The Visa Rangers game night, 7 p.m. Rangers and the Hurricane. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Hockey Night Live with complete coverage. Rangers and Senators NHL playoffs. For John Giannone and Joe Micheletti, this is Sam Rosen. Stay tuned, everyone.